to day one of Mindmap. Why do they call it Mindmap? Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Ed. Okay, let me get my students back, and I'll be right with you. I'm going to mute you for 1 second.
We'll just be chatting away here.
Okay.
So this is Otis's last day. Where did he go? Okay, well, when he comes in, he can come up here. So Otis has made it through 16 weeks. And he's still able to walk. What'd you say?
No.
Okay. And Otis has given it his best. So it's time to fly the chickens or the nest and get out there and make things happen. So what we're going to focus on with Otis right now is to get him employed through one of the agencies that we have. And so Otis, why don't you come on up here, because we're going to acknowledge, we are acknowledging that this is your last day, and I know it hasn't been easy, but you stuck with it. And I think that's a big accomplishment, right?
Right.
So, yes, thank you, Otis. And now, do you want to say anything about what it was like?
If I had anything to say, I just wanted to express my deepest and most humblest gratitude to each and every one of you who sits here before me today and pre my start. Gladius is, our Gladius, our computer, it's taught me that every principle that was discussed earlier about becoming one of the people who gets things done applies directly to me, because I was always the person that was using the will to walk away as a bargaining card. And as of 3 weeks ago, I was able to let that go, and with the resolve that finishing is not just about showing up, but actually doing my best and reaching for becoming resourceful. And now that I'm learning how to each and every day, I feel more confident and strong. And I owe it all to everybody here at Gladius.
Good.
Or Larson Training Centers.
Okay. Well, so now how many people would you say have dropped out in the time that you've been here?
I noticed at least 5.
5? Okay, I think Sherwood says a lot more than 5.
No, that I noticed.
Okay, in 16 weeks, it's probably been 16. There's probably been close to 16 people that started and didn't make it, maybe double that. And 2 people have actually died.
Right.
So Otis deserves a lot of credit because he has kept going. I think there's probably been 30 people in the time you've been here that have just said it's too hard, it's not worth it, I'm going to drop. So, you know, I think you should be an inspiration. And just like you remember Jamie, so Jamie is now working at Station Casinos. I think he's working in the kitchen somewhere. And if Jamie can do that, you know, we know that you can too.
Yeah, my total focus starting here, it was after 13 years of not working and everything, was to become employable. Not I wasn't sure if I was ready to become employed, because I had yet to learn all of the principles that I have today. And again, I'm grateful to everybody here at Larson Training.
Well, you have made the school a better place, so thank you.
Thank you.
And so Sherry's going to do whatever she can to get you in a position. Just take it, start, just have the same, as they say in yoga, bulldog determination. Just keep showing up every day, and it's just going to get easier and better. Okay?
Thank you.
And then we want to see you back. Okay, so thank you in California. Otis really deserves a lot of credit. Otis has been, would you say you've been homeless for 13 years or just...
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Both. Okay, so, and we owe a lot to Tiger Todd for introducing us to Otis, and I think the Tiger has helped you sometimes overcome the desire to, it's not. Okay, so on to part 2. Part 2 is, this is not a Google app, but it's a Google app extension, and it works inside of Google Apps. So this is not a Google product, and we usually don't go off to other Google products, but your success here at the school is really directly related to how well you remember things. So I was thinking about the memory palace and associations as one way to remember things, and that's certainly a thing to practice, but I then remembered this concept of memory maps or mind maps to help draw associations between different things. So today we're going to start a process this week of learning to do mind mapping. Okay? And it's a thing that you're going to have to practice every day. The more, it's like most things, the more you do it, the better you get at it. It might be very confusing for you today. So, how many people here in Las Vegas have watched the video?
None.
So the approach here, when we have a Google thing at 9:30, go to Google Plus, read the event, see what it's about, then watch the movie, the video, and then come back and follow the instructions. Okay? Because you put a lot of energy into trying to figure out what you can watch in a 4-minute video that shows you what to do. So the videos are very important. Also, it should get you to understand today almost everything you want to know, there's something on YouTube. So sometimes you don't have to remember things. In fact, mostly we don't have to remember things. We just have to remember where to get information on that thing. So it's the same thing with this thing, Mindmap, that we want. The reason I chose Mindmap was it's easy. Once again, it's not the best mind mapping tool. There's better ones. But it does 90% of what you need 90% of the time, and it's 100 times easier to learn than the really good ones, than the Ferraris. Okay, everybody wants to drive a Ferrari, right? Except you have to be a much better driver to drive a Ferrari than you do a Toyota. So this is like the Toyota. It does more than anything you need to know how to do in here, especially if you haven't been using mind maps. There's no reason to jump into the Ferrari of mind maps software when you can start out with the Toyota. And one of the great things about this one is it is also collaborative in Google. So people can be looking at the same mind map. That's a huge tool when you take it to work. So, how do we go about, who does not have their mind map installed? Mind map installed.
You have Mindmap?
Okay.
No, we don't want both.
Okay, so you're okay.
So the important thing is to follow instructions. Right. Most important thing is usually to follow instructions.
Watch the video.
And I think the instructions in today's class are clear enough. Okay? If you don't know how to get to settings in Chrome and you've been here more than 2 weeks, write it down in your book. That's what the book is for. Write down how to get to settings in Chrome. So, for other people here, how do we get to settings in Chrome?
And then go to put that mind up in there, and
Go for new people.
so, or you can watch the video.
Daniel, pay attention to me.
Put in
Settings in Chrome, you push these 3 parallel bars up in the upper right-hand corner.
download it. Let's see which one.
Scroll down to where it says settings.
Website.
It's always there. It's always like that.
Let's see which one is that.
Not the only way to do it. There's always more than one way to do things in Google, but this is an easy way. Then you go to extensions, and over here on the left it says extensions. Okay, now once you're in extensions, how do we get to the apps marketplace?
What's it?
The market store.
Okay, so I can just scroll all the way to the bottom, and it has the link to get to the extensions. Okay, so I'm launch Chrome, and that's on our taskbar. There's the Chrome thing. Click it once, it takes you to Chrome. That's in the lower left corner. All the way up in the diagonal upper right corner is a little button that has 3 parallel bars on it. From there, you go to Settings. In Settings, you go to Extensions. You have a page that looks like this. You scroll to the bottom. It says Get More Extensions. And you click on that. And by now, you should know if something pops up and there's a thing that says Search. You see a term that says Mindmap.
Okay.
You enter that. And on my instructions, it said Mindmap. How many people didn't see where it said Mindmap? How many people did not see where it said Mindmap? Okay, so then Mark, why would you add something that said MindMaker or MapMaker?
Mindmap. Because I thought you wanted us to add 2 extensions.
Okay, so because you didn't read it clearly, or what didn't make sense, or what? So here is the one that you want, Mindmap. Click on it once, follow the instructions, and then where does it show up? Okay, how are things in California, Dennis?
Fine. We're starting the students. They're starting to make their maps.
Okay, good. So
So what you
now,
is now, okay, you might want to write that page apps.
here,
More like Google.
how do I get there now? How do I find it?
Go to Drive and create.
Yeah, let's see.
So I go to this one, right? I go to the apps launcher,
Listen
and
to
on there somewhere, you might have 3 or 4 pages of these.
Okay. And if you have it, help somebody else if you can get it.
So I want everybody to do that. Everybody get to Mindmap. Just be on the main Mindmap page.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to open it. And I click that second time, I guess. Comes here, and this is what you should have. Okay, so we're going to create the mind map. What do you have in the center of your mind map, Ray? Okay, so either press space or double click. And then type Google Apps. Okay. Anybody not done that yet? Right. Daniel, how are you doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, who needs help? Okay, Danielle. Help you then. Don't type. You type Google Apps. It says double space, or it's double say. Press space bar or hit. Daniel, how are you doing? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, look on your tabs. So if you notice, once you launch it, there's a tab that says With the Mindmap logo. Right? So that's what you want to look at. Okay? Who's not here yet? Gone? Chief? Kevin? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got? All right. All right. Here's the important things now. Pay attention to me for a second. In maps and in life, there are things that are called nodes. Dawn, node. Great. So, nodes are little endpoints on a thing. If you have a map, each push pin is called a node. Okay, now who didn't hear what I just said? Okay, so what is a node? What is the node? It's very important. Okay, so everyone, this is very important for your life to know what a node is. To have stable, become financially secure, it's very important. You need to know what a node is. In your books, in your symbols, item number 6. Right? What does that mean? Book. And that's the Metcalfe principle. What that says is the value of a network. Okay. This is so Robert Metcalfe is a guy that worked at Xerox PARC. What is Xerox PARC? Anybody know? Xerox? So Xerox PARC. Xerox PARC is the Palo Alto Research Center. That's where the mouse, that's where the graphical user interface, that's where the stuff that Apple and Microsoft sold was made.
I haven't written down.
Palo Alto Research Center. Okay? This is something that historically has been very important. Your name Robert Metcalfe. He eventually left and started a company called Palm. Palm. What did Palm make? Palm Pilot. Right? Anybody remember the Palm Pilot? It was around for a couple years and then became obsolete because of smartphones. Anyway, Robert Metcalfe is a pretty sharp guy. He came up with something called the Metcalfe Principle, which says that the value of any network is equal to the value of one node times the number of nodes squared. Okay. So initially, this was used in the cable TV business. What do you think a node is?
Yeah, I went there. Then I went here.
Okay. Mindmap is one word.
Subscribers were $100.
It's one word though.
What happens if they have 4 subscribers? Well, let's say 2. Let's say 2.
That's one.
Yes, it's like it's free.
Free Mindmap.
Yes.
Or frame map.
It's the same. One goes to this campus.
So here?
Times the number of nodes, which is 2 squared.
This is what they want us to add. Okay. Do we do anything?
That's all on that.
Do we do anything?
Right? Which equals how much?
Go back to email and then read what it says.
Okay, it's worth 400. Now let's say you get 2 more customers. Now let's just say you get 1 more customer. What's that equal?
Yeah, right.
It's 900, right? 3 squared is what? 100 is 900.
When you actually open up, when you go to drive and open it up,
Why is each one is worth 100? How come 3 isn't worth 300? Because what Robert Metcalfe found out is if you have a network of 3, it's a lot more valuable than a network of 2. Because you have interaction. Now 2, there's only one. Well, you can say there's 2 connections, right? But if you have 3,
okay. Thank you. I'm sorry.
okay? So you have a lot more connections. It's worth it. What if it's 4?
Anybody not happy? Anybody need help?
So what it tells you is it's more important to get a lot of nodes on your network than to build up value. Because what would the value, if I kept 2 nodes in my network, how much would each node need to be worth? It'd be worth 900.
Okay. All right. Oh, that,
So what is divided by 2? That's 450.
now, okay, here,
Well, I can get my network to be worth 9. I only have 2 nodes in my network. How do I get it to be worth 900? Each node is worth 100 right now. Each 7-Eleven store, each McDonald's, each garbage gas station is worth 100.
You have to have 9 of them so you're not square.
No.
oh, no.
We have 2. How do I have my network
Drive,
those
8 apps that we have.
No, I only have 2.
You will have to
Add
raise
value
the price.
The value has to go from 100 to 450. Right? If I keep this at 2,
Calendar,
I
drive,
want to work a node value of 900. What do I need to do? Right. But if it's 3,
voice,
if it's 2,
2
I need each one to be worth 450.
apps.
I need it to be worth 4.5 times more than it's currently worth.
Page from notes,
Not using
like if you go to Google, like if you go to Google Drive,
value administered by adding nodes to the network.
folders, docs,
So if you do one barber shop, instead of saying,
like the
I'm
children.
going to put all my eggs in this basket,
Oh,
which
Lord.
should you do, according to the Metcalfe principle?
If you went to Google Plus,
Open more barber shops as fast as you can.
then
If you're Harry's.com,
there you have your appointment planning, appointment, food,
yeah, you get people to come in to be members.
appointment planning.
That's how you create
Right.
value.
Those would be the stuff if you want to. So,
Well, it's the Metcalfe principle.
Marketing, but it's still.
first,
Well, it is because Robert Metcalfe figured out that the value of this network is equal to the square
the main one.
of the number of nodes times the value of each node. Okay? So that's what the Xerox PARC, really smart guy, figured that out. And so for our careers, when you go to work for somebody,
Right here.
you need to expand. You need to get more customers. Because a repeat customer is a node. Okay? If you are own a barber shop, your customers are nodes in your network of customers. And what you don't want to do is every month have to go out and get new people, right? You want to have them come back, right? That's a customer. That's a repeat customer. Okay. So, mind mapping, the
Oh, this is.
thing on the mind map is called a node.
Yes, yes, yes.
And nodes come in two flavors.
And here we go. So that's the start right here. Like the master one. So I made that on mine.
Child and sibling.
There you go.
So on there, draws it that way. You can't create a parent, create a sibling. So on there, it draws them off to the side. But in real life, this is a child. Underneath that.
Okay, now just push.
And this is a sibling.
Tab. I'll let you make it. Okay, and put the 8 tab. Remember the 8 tab? The 8 tab.
Right, it's a sibling of calendar.
But
But they're both Google Apps. So Google Apps is the parent.
start with your nose. So let's say, let's start with
What your thing should look like in terms of children. So two Google Apps, they are children of Google Apps, but they're siblings to each other. Okay? So we're all children of our parents, but if we have brothers and sisters, we're siblings.
So what?
Yeah.
Gmail is a child and all the other apps are siblings?
They're siblings of Gmail. So you would do this.
So I've got Gmail and I've got a sibling calendar.
So you do Gmail. And how do we add a child?
Symbol up there, a download symbol.
Okay, how do we add a child?
Add child, go to insert and add a child.
You hit the tab key. Slow way, or you tab key. Okay. Now, if I wanted to create a child off of Gmail, what would I do? No, that's a slow one.
So now
Yeah.
that's the main one.
So if you just keep hitting tab, you're going to have box, 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 box.
No, I only get one box at a time.
Well, you have to type something in the box.
You fix another info.
No, you're getting ahead. Okay, so then, once I type Gmail, if I hit enter, enter,
Now it's gonna let you create. Now put your 8 tab.
then another box pops up.
Just like that. Okay. Wait a minute. But see, that's
That would be a tab off of Gmail.
see, now
Active Cell,
your 8 around.
active cell. If I hit tab, it's going to make a child. And I hit escape. And that brings me back. If I hit enter, it creates another sibling. Between the sibling and Gmail. The different child to the left. The important thing to remember is all things on a mind map are called nodes. And there are two varieties of nodes, children and siblings. The easiest way to create a child is what? Tab. The easiest way to create a sibling is what? Enter. Right. Okay. So you hit it once, you hit it within a Gmail stick, right? You type Gmail, now you have to hit enter so it sticks. Then you hit enter to do the next. So if you were going to do, let's the Gmail, you hit enter tab. To make a sibling, you hit enter enter.
Put them all. Child or sibling?
Well, siblings are all childs of the same parent.
You add a child.
And a sibling to that child. They're siblings to each other, but they're still children of Google. That's subbing, right? We talked about this last week. What are the sub-apps of Drive?
Form sheet.
That means dogs. I mean children of Drive. So I highlighted Drive and I The most important keys are the return key and the tab key. Huh?
I did.
You can add slides if you want. I don't know how to work slides. So not dry. And creating new child. Really call things grandchildren. So you could. Terminology you use is child and sibling. No, child and sibling. No, that note either has a child or a sibling.
They all have to come the same size?
No. Mindmap will arrange things like
Oh, for Mari's, we like put it where you want it.
yeah. Right. What else do we have? You've already done it. What are the children of Google Plus?
Circles, communities.
Timeline. Hangout.
Okay. So I only put 3: circles, communities, and hangouts. Okay. Those are the children of Google Plus. What is the sibling of circles?
What?
Right. What's another one?
Hangout.
Hangouts, right.
Are they going down or up or sideways?
It doesn't matter which direction they go if they're connected.
Once you get him, you click on it, around him.
Drag it.
Yeah. Okay, but don't get ahead. That's what causes confusion. Learn each step as you go. Okay, so now we'll get to the next thing. So now you have a node. What do I do with the node? I can put stuff under it or in it. So how would I add stuff to side calendar? Well, I can use a paperclip. And the paperclip brings up a little notepad. And I can type in anything I want, or I can add a picture, or I can put a hyperlink in. So I could put a hyperlink to a YouTube video. So here's what happens. So I get it, I type something in, I save it, and I've got a paperclip on my calendar. That tells me what? Yeah, there's an attachment. There's something in there. So this is really cool, right? Because I get a graphical view. In my mind, I'll be able to create, here's what the Google Apps. Okay? Because I can picture Google Apps and I can picture 8 nodes, children nodes of Google Apps. Yeah, you can add this link. So anything that adds something in the multi-box, they link. You can add that link. Accidentally. And I go connection between different. Huh?
Right, so now add, and what map do you have? Remember, did you have before?
I make it active. Then I
You should have employment, planning,
Highlight it.
and see it as a place for you to remember to do stuff.
That's now. Again, we do the same thing.
Yeah, you can always take your hands off the keyboard and use this box over here.
Right.
You can always do that, but the fastest, easiest way to do it, the way you're going to want to do it, is to hit tab or enter.
Where did you get yours set up?
Yeah.
Mine went straight across. Yeah.
Because you, so,
Highlighted.
so now, let's say
Now, once we get there, you're supposed to collaborate with them. I think that's probably that won't and that's it. That's it.
right, so you started doing yours like this, right?
Mine was.
Like that, right?
Yeah, that's how I did it.
So then did you just dragging them down into here like this?
No.
You don't have to worry.
I hit. Out of where?
If you have highlight.
Right.
Voice. Because it's sibling. Wait. It came out of voice. As a sibling, creating a sibling of you. Not creating a child, you're creating a sibling when you enter. A little bit confused on the button. All right, anyway. Now, can we cover these? Again, we do that. So I go to the box and there's no color, or I can use the space bar.
Right clicking and use another option.
Okay, so you can always right click. I don't have to have all my nodes the same color. Okay, but the important thing for right now want to learn Google Apps. So Mindmap is the way to create representation.
Okay, so now we're going to do all our
When you figure out how to create a mind map, what's going on in here? You're remembering because you're making associations. The fact of creating a mind map helps me remember the stuff that I'm trying to remember. And when I look at the mind map, every time I look at it, it's reinforced what I remember. So how do we use this for poetry? Nice up there are paragraphs. There's 7 paragraphs in code, which is what basic thing going on. Right. So, like, what's the first paragraph about?
MZ Grove.
Right, which was brilliant in lively terms. Okay. So I could do that. And the next one is beware the Jabberwock. Right? And the next one, he's playing against a tree, waiting for the thing to come, and he chops his head off, and he break it down that way.
You got
Siblings, character. And that will help you remember how to do these. And our purpose for today is just to get a fundamental concept of what a mind map is.
Right, but you should be able to.
No.
Yeah.
And there's two types of nodes. What are the two types?
Yes.
Child and sibling.
Right.
They're all nodes.
Okay. Right.
Child, children, and siblings are both nodes. And if you think of it in your own family, you have a sibling, also a child. Right? By definition, they'd have to be. Why? So now, let's go to File. Save as Drive. Save it in a Drive.
If the whole thing created.
So now,
Don't use, because it doesn't know who's putting it in. Save it, or wipe up to your hard drive. You can always get the habit of saving your drive. Now let's just do one other thing. Let's go through where it says extensions. Save it to your Google Drive.
now we go into,
What I want everybody to do is click on where it says extension. Box like that opens.
Where did it say that
It's in the top.
at?
Click on extension. Top 3. Don't click all of them. They don't think that more is always better than less. If you don't use Dropbox or now, if you click straight lines, then it's going to look like lines instead of having spider web look. Yeah. Okay, what do you think real-time collaboration? Exactly. That means tomorrow we can create a mind map.
So which one do you pick the first three?
Correct. First 3.
That's how you want to try to do it. And then the next day, we're going to try to do this collaborative, which means share it. Right.
Like,
Okay. How are we doing? Oh, no, you don't have to be in any type of order.
Highlight and I can count.
Type of order. Anybody else need help? I'm good.
But the highlighted.
Okay, I'll be right there. Excuse me.
And then I collapse the other ones. So if you have Google Voice,
Okay, go back to the square.
it's
Yeah. You always
like that.
no, it opens all of them.
Well,
Opens
if
just
I go like this, collapse, I mean, like that, right?
right?
If I hit open the way I when I collapse it.
Push your back button.
Oh, I got it.
You collapse them by hitting F, so you have to select the node. And there's and
you get that square, you know, square. And then, and you do the hand. And you search the text.
Like you got
like
web.
that.
Not
Social
Good news is any map that you see drive is not shared. It's drive it to find the thing.
Okay. All right.
So this is a great tool. Now you also have this little thing up here, like the extra extensions. That's for oh yeah, okay, so this is how you start a collaborative session. We're not going to do that right You mean from Friday's quiz? Or the Starbucks challenge? Everybody, that's forms here. That's forms were here. So we can see it on that. Remember, I just don't remember which one was the best one. I made comments on it, right? Oh no, I joined everybody. Did anybody look to see?
Yeah, were you the anonymous one?
Mike's the director. No, I didn't change. What color? I went to that. Oh. I did it.
Oh, go ahead, Ray. You learning, bro.
So this is a very powerful tool. Mindmaps is a very powerful tool. If you go to work, you know how to do mind mapping, the perception is going to be you're pretty smart. If in your interview and you talk about bringing the cloud to them, talk about mind maps, they're going to say, yeah, I know about mind maps, but the problem with mind maps is it's your map. It's like having a Word doc. What's the problem with the Word doc? Somebody they change what happens to your doc. No, nothing happens to it. You send it to them, now it's theirs. And so all of a sudden you have 52 versions of the same document. That's the historical problem with mind maps. That's why people don't use mind maps, is because they're not collaborative. This is a great tool. Mindmap is a great way to have collaborative mind maps. And so for projects, whenever you start a project or do a project, the thing to do would be to create a mind map, and it could be who's going to do what. Or what are the things that need to be done on this project? You create a node for all of the things that need to be done. And if some things can't be done until after things, what do those become? Like if you have to do this first. Children. Yeah, that becomes a child.
I mean, after child will be civil.
Well, if you have to do this first, that means that this first is a parent. So the second thing you do is the child. If you can do things at the same time, those are all siblings of one another. So you can create an elaborate mind map on how to do a project. Keep track of who does what. You can assign different colors to people. You could type in there, instead of saying Gmail, it could say Gmail, then parentheses. You could have the person's name who's doing it. So for our project, so what we're going to work on is the Indino Veritas project. How many people are involved in that project? Indino Veritas. What? Funeral one?
Film.
Yeah. I think half the people are involved in the project. And the other people who aren't involved in that will work on their own project. SPQR, etc. Okay, anybody have any questions or any questions in California? Dennis? Any questions in California?
No questions. We're just, you know, getting them together.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll work on part 2.
Okay,
Thanks,
that's
everyone.
correct. Okay, thank you.